Hi, my name is Malu, and this is my YouTube channel where I talk about whatever is on my mind and whatever I'm journaling about or contemplating about. And today I am contemplating. So I recently just graduated college. I don't know if anyone else that's watching this has just graduated college, but it's a very confusing time and it's annoying because I have older friends. My partner is older than me. And so I've been around these people in my life who have already passed this chapter, and I've been friends with them, been with them when they've been in this period of stressed outness. Okay, like, you know, everything's gonna work out. You are given this knowledge that everything's gonna work out. So why are you even stressing? Because you know that there's a big plan for you. But it's just like, how can I not stress? Like, how am I supposed to, like, I'm so overly qualified to have a job. I have experience. I did the internships. I did the work. I did everything. People with 10 years plus of experience are applying to the same things that I am. So why don't I even try? Like, I've been waiting tables since I was 14. Am I just gonna be waiting tables for the rest of my life, even though I put so much time and energy into working towards an education where I wouldn't have to do that? What the fuck? Like, it's such a lesson of patience and trust. I watched my partner literally go through this exactly a year ago. He was freaking out and he didn't know, like, he couldn't get a job. He was overly qualified. He had done all these internships, all this work. He couldn't get a job. He's super stressed. And I was there the entire time telling him, like, you know, something great is meant for you. You've put in this work. You're a good person. You just don't put yourself through this unnecessary stress, because stressing is not going to change anything. Because I literally, like, am being forced to be in a position to practice what I preach. But yeah, I didn't necessarily come on here to vent. I mean, like, I did. I created this channel because I love to talk. And I also feel like I have a lot of deep kind of spiraling thoughts sometimes, which everybody does. Every cool girl does. When I'm journaling, I'll be thinking like, oh, I would love to share this journal. If I had, like, I don't see myself having kids, but if I had nieces or nephews, I'm like, oh, I could see myself giving them these journals to, like, I don't know, be able to read them and see what I went through when I was their age, just to, like, feel seen and feel like they're not alone. So I kind of, like, as I was having that thought process, I was like, why don't I just make a YouTube channel? Because, like, I could just, like, talk through these things that I'm journaling as they're happening. There's plenty of people that don't want to feel alone. So I guess my point of making this video is to just kind of, like, vent, and also, like, I know there's other people out there that are going through probably the same thing that I'm going through. And also, like, I've always been kind of, like, the type of person to gravitate towards self-help books and awareness and anything where I'm learning new things about myself that can help me be a more present person, a happier person. I've been reading those books really since high school, but especially throughout my time in school. And I was blessed to have financial aid while I was in school, so I still worked through college, but I wasn't having to super stress about my bills, because I knew that even if my paycheck was small, that the financial aid would be there to cover, like, my bare needs. But now that that's gone, like, I don't know, it's like before I was able to practice mindfulness and practice all of these things that make you a better person, but I really had, like, that safety net in the back. So it was like I was practicing the act of trust falling, but there was always someone there to catch me, someone being the financial aid. But now that that's gone, it's like I'm really forced to sit with the act of, like, trusting the universe and trusting that there is a plan for me. And it's fucking scary. This whole thing has kind of taught me is, like, you really have to trust when, like, you know that no one's gonna catch you. Like, you just have to trust that there's gonna be a net there. You have to trust that there's gonna be a fucking trampoline there that bounces you into, like, the dream version of yourself. I don't know, like, it makes sense in my head. Okay, so this is really kooky, but a couple of months ago, I'm never beating the horse girl allegations. I had this dream where I was on a horse farm and the horses could, like, I could hear their thoughts, and they were telling me to let them out of the pasture. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to get in trouble because, like, y'all are going to run away. And the horses were like, just trust us. We just want to be let out. And I was just, like, thinking to myself, and I was like, okay, I would get it. If I was in a fence, I would want to be let out too. And so I let them out and they just started running and like they were super happy. And I remember like feeling the happiness that they felt from running. And they ended up coming back at the end of the day. And I like, no one told me this, but in the dream, as I was like experiencing all these feelings, I was like, there is so much freedom in trust. And it's such a hard thing to do, but I really do feel like it's a key to happiness, and it's something that's so hard to master, especially in this day and age. The lives that other people are living on social media, we're so wrapped up in what's not real that we're not trusting what could be real. Oh my gosh. I guess there's also this fear circling back to jobs, because I guess that's the biggest. Well, okay. I feel like graduating college, I feel like there's multiple different facets of stress. Like, number one is the big obvious one, I feel like, is what are you going to do with your career? How are you going to make money? Like, if you're a normal person that has to pay their own bills and doesn't have a credit card with their parents' name on it, there is this obvious financial stress and this obvious career stress. Especially, I feel like if you came from a family where you're the first person to go to college, there is this huge weight of like, I don't want to end up waiting tables the rest of my life. There's this expectation that so much work has been put into, like, even if your parents didn't support you through college, if they emotionally supported you and they raised you and they worked their ass off to provide for you, there is this expectation that you're going to do better. And when you're graduating in an economy where there's no jobs and the major that you busted your ass off for 4 years, like, people with 10 plus years of experience are applying to the same entry level jobs you're applying to, it's like, what else can I do but wait tables? And it's really scary. So that's the first one. I feel like the second thing that kind of goes hand in hand with jobs, I feel like, is just how you're going to live your life. You can make multiple different arguments for different kind of jobs because, for example, I have a marketing degree and I have thought about it. I'm like, I really just got the marketing thing. I applied for marketing because when I went to college, COVID was happening and I had older friends that had online marketing jobs and I really just wanted to travel and be able to support myself. And I was like, you know what? Like, I could get a marketing degree and get a remote marketing job. And I think that would be awesome. So that was my main goal for completing college, doing marketing. But now no one is hiring for remote positions. No one wants someone straight out of college to run their marketing. I've thought about it because even if I had a marketing job, I don't want to work a corporate job for the rest of my life. If you did get a job, let's say you get an amazing job, pays $100,000 a year, health insurance, dental insurance, they even reimburse your gym membership. Great job. But you have to sit in a cubicle 40 hours a week. Plain gray walls, boring outfits. I want to live my life that way. I love the idea of that pay. I love the idea of those benefits. But 40 hours a week, 165 almost days a year, that's fucking like so much time in your life. And time is so valuable. And do I really want to live my life that way? But on the other hand, do I want to be a server for the rest of my life? But on the other hand, I could just trust the process, not care about my ego, put my ego to the side, work whatever job I can to pay my bills and pursue my creative pursuits on the side. But does that make me a lazy artist? There's like so many freaking scenarios. And I feel like as I talk this all through, I feel like the biggest thing is it all comes back to carrying so much weight around how others perceive me. I know that I don't want to work a corporate job. I know that it would kill my creativity, and I know that my creativity is what brings me the most happiness in life. So why would I even consider that corporate job? Oh, my son? It comes down to how others perceive you and being wrapped up with that. Because obviously, like, I want my parents, like, they put a lot of work into raising me, even if they weren't perfect and I have beef with them sometimes. Come here, mijo. What? Son. Oh. Did y'all see him hit me in the face? Because I saw that. Thing too about college that's annoying, and I think it's almost like, it almost feels like grieving, because I never wanted to go to college in the first place. I just did it because it was something that my parents really wanted me to do, and I kind of felt like I owed it to them. I felt like I owed it to myself in a way too. But I never, even in high school, I never liked school. I just kind of did it because I felt like I had to. And so now that I've finished it, I don't regret it, because my college experience has been really good. Like, I did most of it online. I traveled, and like I stayed in hostels. Like I had like a lot of great experiences. Simultaneously, there was a lot of my time that was spent doing things that don't enrich my soul. And now on top of that, I can't even get a job in the field. But then on the other hand, now that I've finished this chapter in my life, I'm reflecting that I don't even want to do what I studied to do. I don't care about it. I just kind of studied it because I felt like I had to. Now that I'm given this opportunity to really build my life, and I have all the time in the world to do so because I am unemployed, I don't want to make the mistake of choosing to do something that I don't want to do. And it's a stressful decision to come upon, because I obviously don't want to waste my knowledge. I don't want to waste the money that was put into my education, but I think it would be more foolish to choose to live a life that I don't desire to live. I think that college, obviously, like, I don't think college is a bad idea. I think it provides so much room for growth, and it provides so much room for exposure to different types of people. Hold on. Someone driving by my house. That scared me. I watched a horror movie before filming this, so I'm like a little spooked. I think it taught me how to interact with people better. It taught me how to not be naive. And there are so many different things that I learned through going to college, but I don't think college changed my passion. I always knew what my passion was, and if anything, I think being presented with a different option, a safer option, it just strengthened my passion and made it more louder than it ever has been before. It's so funny because I feel like the whole college streamline plan, from like college, career, marriage, kids, whatever, it seems so laid out and traditional. I feel like for a lot of people, I don't think you can take that away. I think that college gives you the option to take a safer route, a more traditional route, but it doesn't mean that you have to take it if you went to college. There's ways to use your education in an untraditional way. I don't regret going to college at all. It's taught me so many skills about business. It's taught me skills that I don't give a fuck about, like math. But at the end of the day, I am still given the choice to live my life however I want to live my life, even if it means that I wait tables until I become a fucking pop star. It's scary, and I think I feel like this post-grad weird limbo phase is kind of the phase for not giving a fuck. Like, it's scary, the times are tough, the economy fucking sucks, and that like no one is hiring, but it doesn't mean you have to be a bum, make excuses, and be mad. You can be mad for a little bit, because right now I'm fucking pissed and I'm scared and I don't know what's going on, but I'm still trying. I'm still applying to jobs I don't care about. I'm still pursuing my passions. I'm waking up every day and I am busting my ass because I care and I really want to build the life that I want to build. And I think going to college and being presented with different career opportunities that I don't give a fuck about has like really strengthened what I've always known that I wanted to do. And I knew that I didn't need to go to college to do that, but I am glad that I went and was able to be shaped into the person that I want to be. And I don't know if this is relatable, because like college is there's so many different things you can do, and there's some things like you obviously like have to go to college to do, but for even for those things, it's so scary. And I think that like this time post grad is really just for reflecting on the type of person you want to be, because college kind of like gives you the tools to do certain things, and it teaches you different information, exposes you to different people and how to work with them. But once you're done, there's no guarantee on what your life will look like. You're the only person that can decide that, which is kind of freeing in a way, because now you have, the world is your oyster. Like, you can, baby, come touch the world is your oyster. You can do whatever the fuck you want, and it's scary, and the world is hard, and no one knows what the fuck is going on, but you have all the power in the world to shape your life. You just have to get out of your head, get out of the small box, scared, I have to have a corporate job or I'm gonna die mindset. Put your big girl pants on or big boy pants on and go after your dream life, because you don't want to wake up one day in the gray cubicle and be like, what the fuck? Like, where's my Grammy? Because like, you're gonna be depressed. Like, it's time to put in the work. It's time to bust out the manifestation journal, put on your big girl pants, get your eyebrows threaded, and let's go. Because like, life is so short and we've got to do it, girls. Like, I would rather wait tables for the rest of my life and go after my creative pursuits than wake up in a cubicle and be like, oh, well, I tried. I worked on my art on the weekends, so I try my best. Like, no, girl, that's not what I am personally trying to do. And it's scary, and there is, like, always going to be, I think, the battle of perception of trying your hardest to break free of not caring and not giving a fuck. And even when people say, I don't give a fuck, everyone gives a fuck. Like, it's completely normal, and you're a serial killer if... Sorry, I just watched a horror movie. I'm scared. Everyone gives a fuck. But you have to always try to break out of that box, or you're never going to be happy. That's personally what I'm trying to do right now. I feel like a huge part of this, like, post-grad thing is learning how to not care and not live by people's perception of you. You know the life that you don't want to live. Even if you are confused and you're not 100% sure of, like, your dream life, you know the life that you don't want. And there's no point in putting your energy and your time into that life, because your time is more expensive than any bill that you have to pay. And I know that's why I'm saying, like, you can get a normal job and, like, work on yourself, like, reflect on yourself and put more time into that than into a life-sucking career that you don't care about. Find what lights your soul and find out how to make money from it, instead of going after the corporate job that everyone tells you that you need. But if you want that corporate job, girl, go get it, because you can have it. I don't want it. I think that's the end of my yap. I'm gonna finish my wine. My name is Malu. Subscribe if you want to be friends. Yeah. Bye.